Well, right now is not a good time to be a Chelsea fan. And to be frank, it's been a very, very terrible season for Chelsea. It's been a disastrous season for Chelsea. And I wouldn't want any Chelsea fan to try to sugarcoat the situation at the club right now. It's it's terrible, and they've been poor all through the season. And to be frank, I don't think they deserve to be where they are on the table, considering that they've been able to string in some good performances, but they have not been able to do, finish up the game and all that. But let's take a look at the situation now, what has affected this team. The problem didn't start from Pochettino. Right from the sales of the club and the approach Todd Bowley used in recruitment, and to be frank, Thomas Tuchel contributed to some players he brought in. I don't think they needed Koulibaly in that team at the time they brought him in, and losing Rudiger and Christensen was part of the problem. But fast forward to last season, the way he went on to recruit players and the players he recruited, they spent millions of pounds on average players, players that I don't think should have been starting for them, that shouldn't have cost that much. They went on a spending spree and brought players that could not deliver. These are young players. And to be frank, they are not used to this kind of play. They're not used to the Premier League. They've never played in Premier League. And most of them, they are not used to having this pressure. They've not played for a big team like Chelsea that the club and the fans, want you to win. They demand you to win week in and week out. Losing is not an option. And to crown it all, they brought a coach that doesn't know how to win. It's not in his nature to win. He has not been. He has never been a winner. Yeah, he was successful at Southampton. He was successful at Tottenham, but he has not been able to win a trophy in England. And even with the best team in Paris Saint-Germain, he struggled to win. So I think bringing Poch was a mistake. I'm not saying he's a terrible manager, but I don't think he's the best fit for this team. He was brought in because he's been able to build players like Kyle Walker, Harry Kane, Song, great players that have been playing the game that are still playing. But I don't think he could cope with the pressure. I don't think Chelsea is the right project for him. Looking at yesterday's game, he was totally exposed. And he has done this against Manchester United. He has done this against Nottingham Forest. He has done this against Everton. Against Middlesbrough, there are a lot of games that he has lost this season that he should not have lost. He keeps tweaking the players, changing formation, changing players, and at crucial moments of the season. You have a backline that has worked for 2 games. To be frank, I think Chalobah is better than Disasi. He's better than Bayashio. Now, since he has come back, he has been able to do well in the few games he has played. In the absence of Cowell, who I think is the best centre back, and he should pair with Fofana when he's fit. Chalobah is there. He has played with Silva for quite a long time. They understand each other. And if you watch against Manchester City, they played very well. Now, you should have played Chalobah with Silva. But for no reason, he decided to go back to a disaster that just came back from injury. And we all know Bayashil has been dreadful all season. He has been injured and he came back. He injured and came back. He's been dreadful all season. Can you count how many turnovers he gave out yesterday? He kept giving the ball away. He has refused to read the game properly. And I feel sorry for Gilchrist because it was terrible to play with those guys. He's young and he needed somebody to teach him how to go, how to mark the ball, how to run. And there was no Silva to do that. He should have stuck with Silva and Chalobah. He didn't do that because your best player obviously wasn't there. You had Palmer that wasn't there. You had Gusto. He's a good player that has been giving us goals and assists. Then you decided to start Madeke and Modric, who for some reason decided that they were not going to help the defense. They were moving forward and they refused to check back and to help the defenders. Why can't you start Sterling? You know a great manager when he plays a big game. Look at what Arteta did yesterday. At that game, he brought in Partey, and Partey was able to tidy that midfield. He allowed Rice and Udega. He unleashed them, he unlocked them because they were able to move at will while he was able to keep the pace at the midfield. He was able to keep it together. And to imagine that we have two midfielders that cost almost 250 million pounds, they were not able to play. Enzo and Caicedo were struggling. They couldn't live with Partey, just one player. They dominated the midfield and it collapsed. And the most painful part of it is Jackson. I don't know whether he has amnesia. He gets to the post, he forgets how to score. A striker that we started the season with, he forgets how to score, he forgets how to play. He positions himself, he creates the chances, he dribbles, and he gets to the post. He misses those chances. What difference would he have made if he had scored those goals? A lot. So I feel that what Chelsea need to do right now, obviously, Pochettino is going to finish the season. The second step is going to be getting experienced player. They obviously need a striker. They are badly need a striker, maybe two. Because I believe Jackson can play better from the flank. But when you have him in front of the post, and his back behind the post, there's a problem. He cannot convert those chances. And he's one of the reasons why Chelsea are in this position. When you give Jackson too much time to think, he messes things up. And that has been the story. And there is no discipline in that team. There is no discipline in that team. They play as if they don't care. The winning mentality in Chelsea is gone. These players do not care if they win or lose. Because you have a manager that tolerates when they lose and come and backs them up. There is no repercussion for losing. These players know they will start tomorrow. They know they will keep playing whether they win or lose. Chelsea need to act fast. And they need to make a lot of changes. A lot of players need to go. A lot of players in that team need to go. And if possible, at the end of the season, if Pochettino doesn't make Champions League, I think he will go. But I don't think he should be there next season. But they might leave him if he makes Champions League to give him another chance. I feel sorry for Chelsea fans, and I just want you guys to understand that it's a building process. And it's going to take a little time. But it's going to work if you have the right manager at the ends of the whole thing.